Hey, it's your girl Asha Dawson, founder and lead planner of Event Productions by Jen here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we are back today with another video. And today is all about the last wedding of the season. I just wanted to come and riff with you all and tell you a little bit about what that experience was like for me. So let me go ahead and begin with, wow, it has been a great fall, summer season. I had several weddings that ranged from the beautiful outdoorsy event venue spaces to the rustic chic look, all the way to a hotel wedding. So this past wedding was for one of my full planning clients, and we have been working together since earlier this year. So this was February, March, I think she signed on, and we have had a long journey with this fairly problematic venue. But I'm here to say things came out well. But let me tell you a little bit about what it was like to get to the final end of this season. So, as you can imagine, a lot went into this wedding. So let me tell you a little bit about it. She had about 65-ish people, and it was at a major hotel here in Atlanta that has this amazing sky room, if you will, where you can overlook the city. And so that's where the venue was. Most of her guests were here from out of town. And we had the full EPG team there. About 2 people had a shadow under me this time, which is very exciting. We are growing the team. And so it was set up to be a wonderful experience. Nothing crazy, right? Y'all, let me tell you, here's the crazy thing that happened. This hotel was definitely giving scammy. It was giving scammy, y'all. They overcharged my client 3 different times for 3 different cards. $12,000. Another $12,000. And then had the nerve to tell them that if they did not pay the $12,000 balance that they had a couple of days before the wedding, right? All these hotel overcharges are happening because of them, by the way, because of the venue, that they weren't going to be able to have their event. Y'all, I have never heard of this. I've never heard of something like this, but let me tell you, here's the lesson learned. Now, the good news is that it all got worked out, okay? American Express is wonderful, and they made it all happen. They got the money sorted out. The couple got their money back and was able to pay the balance in time for their wedding, and everything was fine. However, as if that wasn't the only major issue, another event happened down the hallway at the same time as their wedding, and that got sprung on us about a week before. I get a call from a venue, and they're like, by the way, we're just gonna stick in another event here, deal with it. It won't interrupt yours. We'll have extra staff, what have you. Y'all, it was wild. And let me tell you, these hotel guests too were having subpar rooms. The showers weren't cleaned. Checkout line was long. Check-in line was long. The valet was questionable at best. Y'all, it was really kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But let me tell you the lesson learned here. The lesson learned here is that there will be signs. There will be signs when somewhere is run this poorly. No matter how on top of it the couple is, and this was a bride who was very on top of everything, every single detail. There were days I wondered if she even needed a planner. That's how on top of things she was. But she had herself, a very supportive partner, me, great vendors. All of her vendors except the venue were fantastic, on-time people who did a good job, right? The lesson learned is that there will be signs if these venues are dysfunctional. So what I found out was that when they first toured the venue, there was somebody already complaining. They met someone who's having an event in the room as they're going on a tour, who literally had to get escorted out by security for one reason, and that's because she went off on the sales management lady who was giving the tour for being so incompetent. It was awful. So security removes her. Their event doesn't even happen. And meanwhile, my client and her fiance are standing there going, oh, what was that all about, right? And so the venue decides to give them a discount, right? And says, look, that's our bad. We'll make sure that you get some money off, because that was kind of wild. So they're thinking, oh, what a generous venue, right? You know, that's the right thing to do. Good customer service. Yeah, well, that was pretty much all the customer service that they got throughout this entire experience. Because even when it came down to the overcharges, y'all, this hotel wasn't even that apologetic. They weren't giving concessions. They weren't nothing. I'm not sorry. So it was kind of a wild ride, and the bride definitely had a rocky time. So here's what I want to kind of leave you with is, when there are signs, believe them. Believe them. The dysfunction began early on in the process for them, and unfortunately, they got to the other side and saw it. Now, I'm so happy to say that it looked like they had a great time at their wedding regardless, and the hotel ended up, with some nudging, giving extra 30 minutes for the open bar at the end of the night, which was fun because their guests were fun. But I just wanted to say that it was a trying time. It was kind of a rocky end to what's been a very smooth sailing season. But all that to say, it's okay. It's okay. These are lessons learned. I know that this is not a venue I will work with again in the future. It happens. And so just wanted to come on here and tell you a couple of these real life stories that can happen and how crazy things can get. No matter how well you plan, no matter how high functioning you may be, there are simply things that are going to be out of your control. And it's going to be up to you to be able to just keep your head in the game, and enjoy the day despite everything, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about the love. It's about the marriage. It's about the friends and the family that showed up for you, and about having a good time. So cheers to the end of a successful EPG season. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.